Hey, babe. Ready to join the revolution?
Welcome to Boss Less, Babe More, a woman-first business movement where soulful strategy means brand clarity.
I'm Grace, alignment coach and Akashic record reader.
And I'm Reka, designer and brand strategist.
Together, we build businesses that are aligned, supported, and actually sustainable.
Fuck the rules. Let's change the world for every woman who comes after you.
Hey babes, welcome back to another episode. If you listened to last week's episode, we were talking about how to take care of yourself while you're traveling, but today's episode is going to be a little bit more about just in general, how can you accommodate for yourself and your needs? Oftentimes, as we move through life, especially as women, we have been programmed to be hypersensitive to what other people are needing, what they're wanting. And oftentimes, as children, if our needs are not met, then we do kind of have more of that outward focus. And then we don't realize what our own needs are or the triggers that our body is giving us, saying that, hey, I need this thing. So we're going to be talking about different ways that you can not only recognize those trigger points, but also then make the choice to accommodate for yourself and your needs.
Mm-hmm. I'll talk about this in the context of food as a person who does use food for comfort and is in this perpetual cycle. Like, I don't think I'm fat. I don't think I have to lose weight. I'm not on GLP medication. I'm not over obsessing over workouts, but I recognize my patterns that are not always the healthiest. Last week, I started, after a really kind of crazy week, I started more of an alkaline diet and lots of fruits and juices and just really being more mindful of what I eat. And I realized so much of my eating pattern was influenced by, if we had a family gathering, what time are they eating? Okay, now this is the time, even if I'm not even hungry, or just the need of my partner eats very differently than me. And then it's like, well, I guess I'm going to eat that. But that's not what my body really wants. Like, I'm basically suppressing just out of ease. I don't want to cook two different dinners, or this is just easier. I kind of suppress what I really need. And this last weekend we went out and I was like, you know what? I don't want to share a pizza. I want to eat something different. It was such a radical act of self-care for me where I don't really think about that. Food is just like, I'm not in the best of relationships with it, and it's not necessarily a bad relationship, right? But I'm not recognizing all of the signals my body is giving me of, hey, you're really hungry right now, or you know what, like this is not what you're craving. You want more of a salad or veggies or an acai bowl or what have you. And I think that's one in particular for me where I notice that what I eat and how I fuel my body, because I'm taking everybody else's needs into consideration, is probably very different than how I would eat if I was completely by myself and wasn't responsible for anybody else or any other timeline. Actually, my partner and I are both not big breakfast people, so that's actually kind of nice. But you know, that idea of like, you got to start your day strong with a breakfast. Like, I cannot tell you how long I would eat. Just like, okay, here's a protein bar. Here's, because you got to do that. I'm not hungry in the morning. I'm just a person who's not hungry in the morning. Why am I eating in the morning? So it's stuff like that that I think, and I think you're right, especially as women, we tend to be more people pleasing or more of the family coordinator of food or cooking or things like that. So I think it can kind of slip away. And then I just think my body built up a lot of resentment. Like, I've had issues where my scalp was really itchy and breaking out, or just didn't really feel good in my skin, or, you know, all sorts of stuff that I think stems from that. It's like, that's not what my body wanted. So here I am. And thus far today, we just ate a bunch of watermelon. I'm so happy. It's cold. It's very juicy. It's sweet. It's a lot of liquid. Like, that feels good in my belly. And I'm probably going to overdo the watermelon, but I love it so much. It's also just really good for you. But that would be one really, really big one for me, where it's interesting to see how I override what my actual true needs are.
I thought it was interesting that you were talking about your family too. And what kind of resonated with me is like my family always cooks one very certain way. And I've
Mhm.
gone through many different iterations of diets and things that I just needed in whatever chapter of my own life. And I would always feel this guilt
Mm.
about not eating the same food as everybody else, or like there's always kind of like a weird conversation that can come up,
Yeah.
or pretty over it now. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna eat what
Yeah.
what I eat. But it's kind of interesting the loyalty we can have to, like, if we're going out to lunch with a friend. Well, what are you getting? And then
Yeah.
maybe order the same thing
Yeah.
as your friend, just almost like out of a loyalty, or
Yeah.
like, oh, I really wanted a big old greasy burger, but she's getting a salad, so now I feel like I can't have my big greasy burger. And it's not necessarily better or worse than the
Right.
other, right? It's just like, what is it that you need? What is it that your body is actually asking you for? So I thought that was kind of interesting. It's like other people really can impact our choices around what we're nourishing ourselves with because of a perceived, like, are you gonna judge me for what I'm eating? Or, uh, well, this is just what we eat at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So we should all be enjoying the turkey and stuffing or whatever, right?
Yeah. And especially, I think with the family thing, I don't want to be the person who's like, well, I don't appreciate your cooking. You went to the store, you bought all this food, you prepared all this food. So now, of course, I feel obligated to eat it slash enjoy it when it's like that. I just wouldn't have had. And it's like when we have family meals, we always get like the heads up, okay, we're gonna have barbecue. And it's like, okay, that's actually not something I make often. So that's fine. But it's like, all right, at least there's enough side dishes. Or what I try to do is like bring a side dish or thing that I know I will want to eat. Then it's like, okay, I'll eat some of the stuff that you made. And then the ones I don't want to, I just won't. But I have this like, oh man, you poured your heart and soul into it. This is disrespectful not to eat it. It's like, but I don't like desire this
Yeah.
internally. And
Yeah.
maybe like even if it's like I love barbecue ribs, but like right now, today, in this very moment, at this hour, like just right now, it doesn't sound like the thing. It's so tricky.
Isn't that interesting?
The other example you brought up earlier when we were planning the podcast episode is the go into the bathroom. I thought that I've never done that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I used to be a cosmetologist, and so you're working on the floor with people all the time, and I would always be like double, triple booked, working clients in back to back. If you needed to take a pee, but then your next client walks in, you take the client. You don't go pee. My mom is a nurse, and I hear similar things about her job where it's like you're just working, working, working. And she does home care too. So it's like you're not going to go pee in your patient's house.
Yeah.
Like you have to basically plan stops in between going to people's houses. But we
Yeah.
often just disregard that our body is saying, hey, I gotta go. And then we're like, you know what? I'm just gonna hold it. It'll be
Yeah.
fine. And then we'll forget or something, or we'll just almost like numb out to the body signaling that we need something. Until then, have you ever waited way too long to
Yeah.
go to the bathroom and then it's like either painful
It's
or
painful because your
like
body's like, am I
I've
really
been
allowed to let go? I don't know. I've been holding it for 10 hours.
Yeah, and so
Uh-huh.
it's just something whenever it comes to nervous system regulation, it's so important to just pay attention to what your body is asking you for and then immediately deliver on getting those needs met. So, are you thirsty? Get something to drink. Do you need to pee? Go to the bathroom. Are you hungry? Have a snack or a meal. Do you feel like you've been sitting for too long? Get
Mhm.
up and take a little stroll around the room or go for a walk. Or
Mhm.
maybe you're working at your computer and your brain is just so fuzzy, but you feel all this pressure to sit down and complete whatever task. And it's like maybe actually your body just needs to have a different environment. Try going to a different room and sitting down. Try, you know, like doing a different activity for 10 minutes and then coming back. Whatever your body is like, hey, I need something. You may not even know
Yeah.
what the need is because likely, and we all do this, but likely if you're not really sure about what it is that you need, you've been numbing those cues or you haven't been really listening to those cues for a very long time.
Yeah.
And so to start, and also you've told your body so many times whenever you don't listen to those that you don't actually care about
Hmm.
what it's trying to tell you. So
Hmm.
it's really like rebuilding a relationship with yourself, with your body, just to like have those needs met.
Yeah, and I think it to me, what comes up when you're saying all these things is how much it sounds like a really selfish way to live. Like it has been programmed into us that all of this is selfishness. Like, because of course you got to take care of your clients. Of course you got to do these things. Of course you got to like do the family dinner and be thankful and respect. That was weird. You want to be respectful of the person who cooked the meal. Like all of these things are supposed to be making you nice in society, where it's really just chipping away at your true essence that would make you the nice person in society. Because, oh yeah, that person just takes care of their needs. When they come into the room, they are actually regulated. When they are part of this conversation, they're actually present. They're not somewhere else or what have you. Like it's interesting how backwards the thinking has gotten, or how much we have labeled that as the normal way in society. Like, oh no,
Mm-hmm.
don't be selfish to do this. Did you ever watch the TV show Schitt's Creek?
Mm-mm.
Oh my goodness. It is Daniel Levy's show. He created it with his dad, but Catherine O'Hara is a mom in there, and they are a really, really rich family, and their money gets taken away because of some sort of tax fraud, or I forget the how the first episode goes, but it's basically they're in this mansion and they're taking all of their stuff and belongings, and the only thing they have is this motel that they bought as a joke one time in a town called Schitt's Creek, and they basically have to go from a lavish lifestyle to living in a fucking motel. Like it's and they have these like fancy clothes. Catherine O'Hara's character has all of these wigs. Like it's so funny. It is so funny. And the two siblings are constantly bickering, and just their lifestyle, like what they talk about is so funny, of like how they would go to these lavish trips on on the credit card and what have you. But basically one of the sentences that I really love in there that I heard someone say the other day is, David, that's the brother's name. David, I need to take a selfish. Last time you took a selfish, so I need to take one. It's like the whole show is really, really heartwarming, because at the end they kind of come back to family values, and the whole thing is just really beautiful. But it's very well written. Like the first few episodes, you're like, oh, this family is fucking annoying. Like they're so out of touch and whatever. And then they get put into this situation and relearn a lot of stuff about themselves and the family in general. But taking a selfish is like a thing that we should do more often. Like I feel like it's a thing that should be in all of our vocabularies. Like, yeah, take a selfish. Like right now you need a fucking break, take a break. Because guess what? When you come back, you'll be more attuned to whatever you need to do. You'll be more calm to cut the hair. You'll be more present in your conversation. Like we just don't think about it that way. We're like, well, if we just suppress it, we'll get through this thing, this one more day, right? Like we'll just struggle through it.
I love that. I'm gonna take a selfish baby. So good.
It's my turn for a selfish.
It's my turn. Yeah, yeah. And I think that this ties into what we were talking about earlier, also planning for the podcast, but me as a neurospicy individual, I am so sensitive. Like I have some sensory issues. Sometimes it's noise, sometimes it's temperature, sometimes it's just like energy or smells. Like it could really be anything, honestly. I'm sensitive. And so like yeah, sometimes I just need to accommodate for myself because I am a sensitive little baby. And so it's like, what is it? What is it that I need? And you know this about me, but basically, like my noise canceling headphones go with me everywhere. Like they're always here whenever I show up. Like, and it's I don't wear them while I'm here with you, but it's
Yeah.
like I'm taking a selfish, Reka. Just don't even talk to me right now. But like if I go out to the grocery store or really anywhere, I will take the headphones with me and maybe I have something playing, maybe I don't, but it doesn't really matter. It's just kind of a thing to block out like
Hmm.
some sensory stuff for me. Um, Same with like Michael Jackson even did this. He would wear sunglasses
Yeah.
everywhere, and it's because he was really shy and didn't want to have to make eye contact with
Hmm.
people all the time. And it's like, yeah, I get it,
You took a
brother.
selfish.
You took a selfish.
That will be the name of the episode. It's so okay, yes, and what made you realize that these are important things to you?
Mm. Uh, actually, I would be considered like self-diagnosed autistic.
Hmm.
Like I don't really want to necessarily take on the label, but we're neurospicy
Yeah,
over here and
yeah.
it's really obvious. So there have just been so many things that have happened in my life where like I ended up being in a situation where I just ended up being really drained and maybe crying my eyes out or
Hmm.
just so dysregulated by like all of the demands of other people or the
Hmm.
living up to the expectations of other people. Like, yeah, I can only do one social outing a day.
Hmm.
And I've had partners before or friends before where it's like, oh, we just keep going. And there's no break. There's no like peaceful moment. There's like, oh, it's a bad time for me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna go sit and cry in the car while you go do your activity. So, like, after I had so many situations like that, like in my early 20s, really realizing, like, also, I thought something was wrong with me just because I'm
Yeah.
like, why am I so fucking sensitive? Everybody else is fine and I am
Yeah.
not.
Hmm.
It's like, oh, that's just how my humans,
Yeah.
and that's totally okay. But recognizing, oh, I only have capacity for this amount of social interaction. We now just don't cross that line.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things like that for me where it's like I just don't cross that line anymore. But you do have to cross the line to know where the line is.
Right. So I was just gonna say the reason why I was asking or I'm curious about this is because I think we can't correct or really, if we are saying that we are already in a state where we are probably overpowering some of this intuition or some of this
Mm,
signaling from the body, what is the thing that gets you to notice it? And oftentimes it is the opposite, right? Like, okay, I've
yeah.
gotten into so many bad situations. Everything feels like it's falling apart. Like when I was like, I need to fuel my body differently, like things are not going well. I had a crazy fucking week. And we chatted about this a
Mhm.
little bit. It's like, what made you do that? It's like, I'm not trying to lose weight or feel like something is 100% wrong, but it's like I'm getting some sort of signal, like you were saying earlier, like
Yeah.
something is happening where it's like, okay, things are not perfectly aligned. And that ties into your point of like it has to go overboard for you to be like, oh, okay, yeah, not
Too
going that
much.
far, too much, like, no, thank you. But we won't really know our limits or we won't,
Yeah.
because that's the other thing too. It's like that pressure cooker. And even though the story is not cool about the frog, once the water gets hot, it does jump out. But it's like we keep boiling that water, our capacity to take on 15,000 more things or the whatever boss yelling at you or I don't know, crazy whatever in your life. It's just
Tolerance.
it's yeah, and we build it up so high that basically at the end it's like someone has to go really wrong for you to be like, hold up, what the fuck am I doing?
Well, it's also expected that we have broad shoulders and can
Hmm.
carry a lot. I mean, like, I think that's kind of like women in general. I
Hmm.
mean, I know men also carry
Yeah.
a lot, so that's not like really fair to just say women, but really, I feel like there is so much that we are expected to do to be nice, to be pleasant, to be accepted, to be good that it's like I'm not being true to who I am and what I need at all if
Mhm.
I'm trying to be what everybody else wants me to be or to bear all of the shit that other people expect me to bear. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like as soon as you recognize that you have crossed the line with yourself, reel it back in. And I'm to a point where I think that we need to actually be really savage and not care as much about other people's feelings and hurting other people's feelings
Mhm.
by accommodating for our own needs. Like, if that's going to hurt your feelings, we are not going to be friends. Like, it's
Mhm.
not going to be a good fit.
Yeah.
So, because, like, I don't know, you take things that you need in our relationship, like our friendship, and
Hmm.
I do the same thing. Like, and it's cool. It's like, yeah, whatever you need,
Yeah.
do that. And that, to have a friendship like that, is so freeing,
Yeah.
so liberating. It's so comfy because it's
Yeah.
like, oh, whatever I need in any given moment, I know I can just take up that space and do
Yeah.
that. And then if I need support, I can ask for it. Also, if I'm having a mentee bee moment or something, I know you can hold me in it,
Yeah.
like, or leave me the fuck alone if I
Yeah.
ask for that,
Yeah.
like it's just having people in your life that recognize that you are in fact a human being that has needs, even if they're weird niche
Yeah.
needs that you've never heard of before.
Yeah.
If you have people that are like, yeah, do you take care of that?
Yeah.
It's so nice.
And I see a lot of these conversations online wrapped into this whole like sovereignty
Mm-hmm.
label, and I really like it. Like have that kind of body sovereignty or whatever it is that you need, like wrap it in this, like you come as the individual comes first, and then you can give from that, you can teach from that, you can support from that, you can partner from that, you can whatever. But if you
Yes.
don't care, take care of that baseline, and I'm going through that right now with a couple of relationships and friendships where I have just took my foot off the gas, and it's very interesting to see what falls apart and what is like, oh, interesting. Okay, so this is your feedback to it, or this is your non-action, or this is your action. Like, okay, and some of it is like a little bit hurtful, and I'm trying to sort it out for myself. But it's like interesting how much I was doing out of obligation,
Mm-hmm.
and how much more freeing it is to not be in the muck of it just out of obligation. Like
Yeah.
it's just kind of silly. But I think I've mentioned this in previous podcasts before. I had to have mentioned this before, but a friend of mine has a really good analogy for this is the feather tap bus, where she says, first the universe will just like lightly with a feather, like, hey, this is a need I have, this is a thing. So now, like, equate this to your body, right? Like,
Yeah.
maybe I need to pee, maybe I'm hungry, maybe I need a cookie, maybe I need a snack. Then it's like tapping, like, hey, hello, like I would love to do this. And then a bus hits you, like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm trying to tell you that I need to go to the bathroom or that I need to eat because I'm really hungry. Like, think about the times when you eat, if you didn't eat all day and it's like just consuming food like a fucking animal. Like, who does that? Why am I doing that? Why didn't I just like nourish myself properly throughout the time? Like
Mm-hmm.
have my liver and spleen and everybody break down food properly over time versus just really being in this like intense moment where probably really taxing on all of my organs to be receiving that much food all at once. So feather tap bus, if I haven't mentioned it on the podcast before, shout out to Mary Sarah. She taught me that.
I
It's
love
like,
that.
oh, this is so good.
Feather tap bus, man.
Uh-huh.
So real.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it often does start as a whisper
Yeah.
and then it can get really bad. Like, and I
Yeah.
think that also like translates to just in general feedback from the universe, like not even just bodily
Yeah. Yeah.
notification
Right.
systems,
Right.
like it's like, oh, maybe your finances or like maybe
Mm-hmm.
something in your business like isn't going super well. Like, I don't know, maybe you have a business system that
Yeah.
is like fucking up and then it's like, oh, I'll deal with that a little bit
Yep.
later. I have like you got the whisper and then it's like, oh shit, well, I'm trying to do this thing and I'm really struggling to get it to work. Well, I just don't even want to deal with it. That's the tap. And then, like, oh shit, my payments aren't going through now because I didn't do this thing. And it's like, there's the bus. There's the bus. So it's like,
And now it's mayhem and you gotta immediately drop everything else, right? Like that's the crazy thing too of like, okay, now this requires all of your attention all at once.
yeah,
You literally cannot not focus on it.
yeah,
So,
fascinating.
Feather Tap Bus.
Feather tap bus.
We'll leave you guys with that.
Yeah. So, guys, if there's anything that you feel like you are working on, just to accommodate for your own needs and take yourself into account as the sovereign being, sovereign woman that you are, we would love to know what awesome things that you're doing to get outside of people pleasing or just, yeah, accommodate for your needs over other
Yeah.
people's needs, right? So you can reach out to us at Instagram, Boss Less Babe More. We would love to hear from you.
Yeah. And take a selfish.
Take a selfish. I love that. I'm gonna be using that.
Yeah, it's so good.
And until then,
Don't forget.
actually, can we redo that?
Yeah.
And until then,
Don't forget
to Boss Less Babe More.